I just checked into the Miami Hotel in Melbourne, Australia. Join me for a one-night stay to investigate the room and eat some local food. It is a dry, hot, windy 39-degree day here this afternoon. I just checked the temperature on my phone. I am dripping. It's scorching hot. Hopefully there will be a cool change coming through a little later on. It's hot right now, dry hot. So this is the Miami Hotel in Melbourne at 13 Hawke Street in West Melbourne, which is 10 to 15 minute walk outside of the city grid. That's up the street, that's down the street, and if you go up the street just a little bit this way, there's a street called Errol Street just behind there, and that's where you'll find some restaurants and cafes. And this is where I'm staying tonight. This area, it seems, is a good place for murals. As you can see behind me, there's another one just on the side of a building. This is near the corner of, where are we? The corner of Queensbury Street and Errol Street. Well, I'm on Queensbury and that's Errol. Very close to the hotel, about 100, 200 meters. There you go. Again, another mural out the front, like the one up the street we found. Now, in terms of room entry, I do have a key card, so that's what lets me in. But there's no need for any slot or anything like that to switch the lights on. The lights are on or off as you want, just with the light switches. As you come in the door, we have the king-size bed. Over in the corner we have the bathroom, and next to the front door we have a little amenities cupboard, and we're going to have a look at what's in there shortly. I have been tossing up what to call this thing. I wouldn't call it a kitchenette. It's not a cupboard. It's not really a closet, but it kind of is. So here we have, as you walk in the front door, there's this little cupboard, closet cupboard. I don't know, maybe it was a cupboard at one point. Anyhow, if you come inside, we do have a little tea and coffee area and a fridge down below. There's a little bin down in the corner here, and there is like a very thin cupboard in there. So let's have a look. We've got some coat hangers, and they're the tricky hotel kind that you can't take off the rack very well. Nothing super crazy about the bin. And let's have a look in the mini fridge. So in the mini fridge we have some milk pods, and the big question, is there any ice? Usually there's not, I've found so far. There's no ice cubes in the ice thing, but that's pretty normal these days. There is, however, if you want to make ice cubes, an ice tray. Maybe I'll fill that up with water for the next people just for fun. That's what we find in the amenities cupboard. Closet. Amenities cupboard? Is that what we're going to call it? Let's go with amenities cupboard. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the bathroom. And I can't tell you how much I want to have a shower tonight after the hot day I've had. So, come on down. You can hear the fan automatically comes on when you switch on the light, so that's fine. Hopefully there's not too much background noise. The showers are another, some of these budget hotels, these older ones, have really large showers, I have to say. So pretty large step up. Got to step up into the shower, pretty large shower. I look forward to testing the water pressure. And in the shower, hot and cold separate taps. And we've got shampoo, can we see that? Shampoo, conditioner, and shower gel. Surprise, surprise, there's also a toilet in the bathroom, ha ha ha. Towels, there is a wall-mounted hairdryer, tissues, spare toilet paper, another hand towel of some description, toilet paper, and beneath the toilet paper there is also a sanitary bag dispenser. We have some towel hooks up the top here, always a nice touch, and mounted to the mirror above the wash basin we have hand soap, hand and body lotion, and shaving cream. And that's the bathroom. As you can see, there's no actual table in this room, which is fine. It was under $100 Australian dollars, so for a budget room, that's totally fine. That's pretty good. I have repurposed one of the bedside tables, and here we have a very fresh looking garlic chicken stir fry on rice from Smile Thai Cuisine at 357 Victoria Street. No, it's not garlic chicken, it's garlic pepper chicken stir fry on rice. And I am hungry. Nice chicken. Carrots and broccoli are my favourite, are the best bits in a stir fry. So there's some broccoli, some kind of onions and sprouts, some green beans, some carrot, some mini, what are those mini corn things called? Mini corn things. Nice, light, clean, fresh. Nice high protein chicken and rice. Can't go wrong. Well, maybe it can go wrong. This went pretty well. Whew. Well, that was very tasty. Very, very tasty. I finished that off. As you can see, I've got all the rice out of there that I can possibly get out of there. That was very good. That hit the spot. I could do that again. Shocking, absolutely nobody who knows me. I'm still hungry, so I got more food. So we have here, got a brioche sort of style bun there, a very fancy looking brioche bun, but it doesn't look that big. It looks like a medium size. That's not one of the mini ones, but it's not a giant one. And the beef patty with some melted cheese on top and a whole bunch of pickles. And a medium tall. Who puts fries in a tall box? That's interesting. They do look like they've got lots of seasoning on them though, and a regular fries, golden thin fries with seasoning. So MasalaJo at 1 at 520 Victoria Street. Let's see how your burger does. It does look very brioche-y in a fancy kind of way. Oh, and there's some onion. Looks like there's some more sauce on the bottom and some red onion on the bottom as well. Let's try not to let this drip everywhere. Good meaty flavour. Well, and there you go. The burger is gone, and so are the chips. Thank you, MasalaJo. That was very tasty. I enjoyed that. In terms of the bed, this nice big king-size bed seems relatively firm but a little giving, so that's good. It might be one of those ones which is two beds put together in the middle. I think I can feel a line in there, but that's fine. That's pretty normal in a lot of hotels. The bedside lighting is these switches on the side here, and it's two lights above either side of the bed, so when you're lying back it's coming down this way and this way, so that should be plenty bright enough to read by. And we also get given two towels on either side of the bed for the king-size bed. And as usual, I do like to check to see if there is a Bible in the bedside table drawers. In this room, there's no drawers, there's just a bedside table, and nope, there's no Bible in that one. And I've checked on the other side, and there's also no Bible in that one. Maybe next time. As we figured out when I was eating dinner, repurposing one of the bedside tables there are no tables. And for a budget room, that's totally fine. It was a very good price. So there's no complaining there. There is, however, one chair. So if you want a chair, there is a chair in the corner right here. In terms of windows and views, we have this double window here with a section at the top which you can open and close with the winder, and this lower part which brings in quite a bit of light and looks down out upon a side alleyway there. There's a building opposite, and you can actually see that's the front of the building, the hotel out there. That's the main street, and then there's more of the alleyway out the side that way. But plenty of light coming in through from the window, and there's the lights in here are also quite strong as well. And as far as electronics in the room is concerned, we have the wall-mounted television and the air conditioner, which is certainly keeping the room nice and cool. Is there any artwork in this room? Always an interesting question. And the simple answer in this particular room, if we take a sweep around, is no. And that's fine. It's a budget room, so you wouldn't expect much more a lot of the time. Perhaps if you were being swanky about it, you could say this is hyper minimalist, and we could pretend that we're those people who like remove all the clutter and everything from their lives and only have basic pieces of furniture in their room. And in that sense, you could say this is artfully hyper minimalist. I could go with that. Let's investigate the cups and saucers in the tea coffee making area. We have 2 wine glasses, 2 I've already used, the other one, 2 regular glasses, 2 mugs, I've already used the other one before, a little mini teapot, 2 teacups and saucers with 2 teaspoons, and a kettle which I've filled with water ready to go. And of course, ultimate question, what tea and coffee flavors are we working with this evening? We have Robert Timms, the House of Robert Timms, granulated coffee, full-bodied single serve, Bushells coffee, instant coffee, single serve, Narada black tea, correction, premium blend Narada black tea, rich and full-bodied black tea, and a bunch of sugar 1 serves. All right, well, it has been a long day for me, so it's time for me to unwind for the evening. Good night for now. I'll see you in the morning. Good morning. Of course, the first thing I think about when I wake up is food, so I'm going to go and get some breakfast. Let's go. Okay, here we have it. An toasted egg and bacon muffin with barbecue sauce and a long black coffee from the Butcher Shop Cafe at 72 Hawke Street. So yesterday I walked up the street to an adjacent street called Errol Street where there were some cafes and restaurants, and this morning I walked down the other way walked out the other way from the hotel down Hawke Street, about a 5-minute walk. It's not that far, you only cross one set of lights, and I found this little mom and pop cafe in what, if it's called the Butcher Shop Cafe, you would assume maybe it used to be a butcher shop. Let's check it out. Sticky cheese. Look at that sticky cheese. Got the barbecue sauce dripping everywhere. Got to hope not get this all over the bed. Using my makeshift table. Bacon looks to be well cooked. It's that very tasty yellow kind of cheese. The muffin is soft, and it's a bigger English muffin than some of the McDonald's ones or something like that. So it's a proper English muffin size muffin. Bacon's good. Simple and tasty. Let me have some more of that coffee. So, this has been the Miami Hotel in Melbourne, Australia. What do you think of it? Is this a place you'd like to stay? For now, it's time for me to check out and face the day. Bon voyage and happy travels. And I almost totally forgot to mention, there is a 7-Eleven up on Errol Street, just on the corner up there, where I got a $2 coffee last night when I was walking around to find where to get dinner. So I forgot to mention that. For those of you who always need a cheap coffee fix 24/7, that's up there as well. Ciao for now.